So, are Meerschaum pipes simply quirky, expensive novelties? That's the question that certainly for me I had prior to purchasing my first Meerschaum pipe many years ago. I think I purchased my first one in 2017 or 2018 during the March Meerschaum Madness that Metalhead Cigar Guy did many years ago. Um, Honestly, I think the answer is yes and no. So I want to show you a few pipes that I've got that I guess you could consider our novelty Meerschaum pipes. And let's begin with this SMS Bacchus. So this is a pipe that I acquired last year. I bought it off of eBay. And, I bought this pipe because of the way that it was carved. The bowl is pretty small. And it smokes good, but it's, in my opinion, more of a novelty. Here's another pipe that I acquired a few years back on my birthday. That's a carved flower with a woman's hand. Okay. Again, kind of a small bowl for me. And here's yet another one that I purchased last year. Now this one does have a big bowl, and I do smoke this one from quite a bit from time to time. But I think the novelty aspect of Meerschaum pipes is related to these more ornate carvings. And I think one thing to keep in mind with Meerschaum is that every one of them is carved by a carver by hand. And so, as you might imagine, labor is included in the price of the pipe. And so that's generally why you're going to spend a little bit more for a Meerschaum pipe. However, this Briar pipe is a Jim DeShane. This was a commissioned pipe that I purchased from him. This is a Pat Higgins hand-carved, handmade bulldog pipe here. And here's a J. Mouton Lavatte, again made by hand. And all of these handmade briars cost as much as the Meerschaum pipes, some of my Meerschaum pipes that I've purchased. So I think it's important when you are considering the expensive or the price element of Meerschaum that you keep that in mind. All of these pipes, Meerschaum pipes, are made by hand, by a carver. Mostly, if you buy them from Turkey, they come out of Eskişehir. Now, in terms of are they quirky and are they novelties, let me just say that this pipe is a Tekken pipe. I've shown it off. It's a bulldog shape. This is a billiard Moosin pipe. And this is a Canadian Paycock pipe. And I will say, without a doubt, these are not novelty pipes. I purchased all of these classic shapes with the express intent of smoking them a lot. So, like I mentioned in my workhorse video, I don't consider these pipes novelty at all. And so, if you're considering getting a Meerschaum pipe, what I would suggest are a few things. First of all, I would set a budget. And if this is outside your budget, that's fine. But I would set a budget of anywhere from $100 to $150 and look for Meerschaums in that price range. And if you don't want to go down the novelty route with all these figuratively carved pipes like I showed in the beginning, then buy a classic shape, and I think you'll be impressed. The other thing that I will say is you need to look for pipes that have a push-pull tenon. Okay, I just believe that you'll just have much better luck with a pipe that's got a push-pull tenon than you will the pipes that have screw-in tenons. I generally steer away from the screw-in tenon pipes. And a lot of older vintage Meerschaums will have screw-in tenons, but the newer ones are more like a briar pipe in that aspect. They're push-pull tenons, and they behave, if you will, like a briar pipe. So, are they quirky? Yeah, they're kind of quirky. I don't find, though, that they're super sensitive. Certainly, you know, if you drop one of these pipes, and I haven't thankfully dropped any of my Meerschaum pipes, but if you do drop them, I think there's possibly more of a risk of you breaking the pipe. But I will say that if you drop a briar, you can pretty much, you know, not guarantee, but you can expect that maybe your briar pipe would break as well. I've certainly seen broken briar pipes before. So I think the key is just to take care. I smoke my Meerschaums sitting down. I know Bremen Pipe Smoker smokes his riding his bicycle and things like that. And if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But I generally am seated, puffing on my Meerschaums, you know, most of the time. So, yeah, are they quirky? Are they expensive? Well, I guess yes, they are. But certainly there's a lot of options in the classic shapes and a lot of brands that you can consider that are great brands. Stick with the better brands. Stick with the higher end carvers. You can Google all this. And, you know, several of my pipes I've purchased from Smoking Pipes, and I've never had an issue with that. All right. So maybe that answers this question. Probably doesn't, but I think that if you want to consider getting into a Meerschaum pipe, I would start with a push-pull tenon and a classic shape and just see how you like that. Budget about $100 to $150, and I think you'll be impressed with the performance of a Meerschaum pipe in your collection. All right, guys, take care. Bye-bye.